An option, I think, for a toolbox on one of these over here. That would have been kind of neat to get that. I think you put them. Now to cut some really large pieces, what you're going to do is you're going to come over here to the fence. There's a set screw down here. The set screw stays on this side, and that set screw is clamping down on this guide. This second stop can be over here, but the first thing you're going to do is move it over to the extreme position, the furthest left, and then just lock it in. Pull this out, move it down. I don't remember what the cross-cut capacity is. My goal was to have 10, 12 feet in all directions that I can work with the saw. I'm kind of in a confined space here. But the movement of the slide itself coming in and out of the machine is very, very smooth. The other machine that I had, it was aluminum inside of an aluminum channel, riding on top of each other. It would stick. All right, now coming back over around to this part of the machine here. You can see on this is what they call the outrigger fence. All these components here, very well made. You know, down to the screws, the finish, the caps, everything's very nice. And then here the outfeed table. Like I said, you can get these in different dimensions, different lengths to fit what your needs are. Cast iron top as well, this side of the fence. On the dust collection, there's a hose. I do like that they have these I'll call them baskets here, where you can support the hose off the table. The only thing is, I wish that, and this would go to everything else I really like about the saw, maybe like this is one of those details where I just wish that, and there's holes here, so I don't know if I need something else. I was just going to make something with some metal rod and do a support here, but you know, you want this hose to be off. So that's just the one thing. If one thing I do need to change actively, because if you're going to rip all the way down, you don't want anything to snag on this hose when you're ripping a large piece. But very good, nice supports, because you'll see some other guys will have zip ties and everything up there, and that's just the way that it is. So very nice. And looking underneath the machine here for the dust collection, I think that's a 140 millimeter collection on it. Just maybe to point out some of the hardware here in the build, you can just see how stout these components are and how things are built here underneath. I mean, it's a very, very sturdy machine, very refined, heavy duty, just very, very nice. So, you know, got the overhead guard collection, got this collection coming into one, and then it's a 6-inch that's over there. Here's an air clamp piece that comes over here, feeds through the saw and up and over. Coming back around on the saw here, and we'll unlock the slider. The movement of the slider itself is, I mean, I think on all these machines, I don't think anybody can really say one's going to be better than the other. They're just all really, really good. This is a very wide slider. The K700 is narrower. It probably stops about right here, if memory serves me right. It's nice having a larger surface here to be able to work. And then just taking a look at how the wiring's fed through. You know, just all good things to say about the saw itself. Here's the rails or rods. This is what everything is riding on as it goes through. So very heavy duty. Bring this back. Oh, well, one other thing I can show you here is I did get a rear support with the saw. So, you know, when I'm working with sheet goods, I tend to get some help. You know, it's heavy material, it's big, and it's a pain, to be honest with you. It just takes a lot of effort. Things are heavy. So one thing I did want to do is include this rear support on the machine. Now, some accessories are worth more than others. I happen to like this quite a bit. Yeah, is it a necessity? Not if you got help. You know, if you got help in the shop, that's great. But if you're work solo quite a bit, or you're just working with a lot of large pieces like slabs, this can be very, very helpful. Easy to put out, stores out of the way. This is level with this. Very good adjustments here as far as getting the height parallel to this, which is going to be just a tad over the fence over there. Got a rear support for it, and it flows over the table. It's a nice to have. It's definitely nice to have. So we'll close that up, lock in position, come back over here to the saw. And yeah, let's go ahead and make a cut. So one of the things I really like to use the sliding table saw for versus a cabinet saw or a miter station, and I would have cut this before on a miter station. The problem is, one, it just makes a mess. Two, the cleanliness of the cut, the repeatability, if I'm doing different sizes, that I can just move digitally from one dimension to another, the automatic dust collection that's built in, the air clamps, the efficiency is here. It's just so much easier to use and much more convenient. Back to digital display. So we got the 55 inches that's on there right now. We're going to go ahead and make a cut. Got the air clamps here. Looks like there's 3 channels. I'm familiar with this one. I just use 1 channel, and this has 2 air clamps on it. But you could, I suppose, use this fob for channels 2 and 3. So I'm just going to hit 1 there. And that just brought down our material. I'm going to do a little bit more review on the air clamps and just the other accessories that I bought, but everything about the saw is very high quality. These clamps probably, I don't know if they weigh 30 to 50 pounds or so, but there's a lot to them. They're expensive, but you get a lot with it, and they're backed by Altendorf, so that was important to me. Well, that's my Altendorf F45. Great saw. Absolutely satisfied with the purchase. It's just top quality. Everything about it's really nice. Felder, Martin, those other machines, they're all great. They're really good. They're all price point. You can get entry level machines. You can get top level machines. Very happy with the money that I spent. It was a ton of money, to be honest. But you know, after you receive the saw, you see how it's packed and crated, and the technicians for the on-site service, the sales, the day of the sale, you know, when things arrive afterwards or pre-sales, it's just everything's been first class. So I really enjoy that, working with Altendorf. No, I haven't received any promotional material. I don't have a t-shirt, saw blade, nothing. But I do wear, well, it's probably extra large these days here in shirts. So yeah, I'll appreciate Altendorf shirt. Thank you guys. Thanks for hanging out with me. I'll do some more videos on some Altendorf sliders and make some sawdust. Thanks. Take care. Bye-bye.